get my grandma's recipe box. This was one of her recipe boxes, and it just happened to fall into my hands. And I'm very grateful for it every day. Open it. I'm gonna take these little guys out. These guys were in here when I got it. And I've kept them in there ever since. So I'm gonna dig out, I wanted to dig out these recipes because I wanted to show you how much my grandmother loved lemon cake. So these two are 7-Up cake, but they're basically the same recipe, just with 7-Up in them. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the same, pretty much the same recipe. I remember my mom and my grandma both making this cake my entire childhood. It was a family favorite dessert. And I've carried on the tradition. So today I'm going to show you how to make my grandma's favorite lemon cake, so much so that she had half a dozen recipe cards with that recipe. So I have a lemon cake mix on hand, but it has gluten in it. So I'm going to try something different today, because one of grandma's recipe cards does say you can use a yellow cake mix, and I'm going to try making it with a yellow gluten-free cake mix. It's way expired, but I'm going to use it anyway. And got my pudding mix. Now I just need to gather some eggs, water, and oil, and then we'll be in business. I'll go with this one. Oh, gosh, honey.
You got a feather.
All right, need 4 eggs. That'll do it. I'll wash my eggs and get them ready. Usually I do 1 egg at a time, but I'm gonna live dangerously today. Boy, that is stuck on there.
That's the bottle I melted.
Is it? You melted the bottle?
Look at it. See the top?
Yeah, I see it. Now, with a normal recipe, you would use a 15 1/4 ounce, 15 1/4 ounce cake mix. This cake mix is 18 ounces. So instead of just a cup of water, I'm gonna add probably 3 or 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. So normally you would just use 3/4 of a cup of water. But I'm gonna go with about 4 tablespoons of lemon juice to that water. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your cake mix, put it in your bowl, and then you're gonna add your pudding mix. Just dry. You don't wanna mix it up, you're just gonna add the dry pudding mix. I forgot to mention that is a 3.4 ounce pudding mix, so the smaller one, don't use the bigger one. Just mix that together, and then we're gonna add in 4 eggs, 3/4 cup water with about 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. If you're using a regular cake mix, just use 3/4 cup water. We're gonna beat this together for about 2 minutes. that 3/4 cup of canola oil. And then we're gonna mix that for another 2 minutes. We got cake batter ready to go. We're gonna use a 9x13 pan. I'm just gonna spray it with cooking spray. Take the batter and pour it into the pan. Looks delicious. So now we're just going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. And meanwhile, we're going to mix up our 2-ingredient glaze to go over it while it's still warm. Somebody decided to get in the pond, and his whole head was covered in green gooey moss. Or algae, I guess it's algae. Poor Chuck.
Are you wanting to come in?
You want to come in? Mama's making dessert, huh? So the reason I like to use fresh squeezed lemon juice is because this just used up that much of my bottle doing this. So fresh squeezed is, even though you have to squeeze it, it's still better. It's more affordable. So anyway, that's what I got. So to make the glaze, you need 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the bowl. And then 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then all you do is whisk that together, and it will create a really thin glaze. And there we go. It's ready to go.
That looks done.
Well, it's clean, so I'd say it's done. There's nothing on the toothpick, so here we go. I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes before I poke holes all over it. Now you're just gonna take a fork and poke holes all over that cake. Now this cake really shrunk. A regular gluten-filled cake probably will not shrink as bad. Plus my mix was way expired. It was way expired, so yeah.
Best Buy.
Best Buy. It is a Best Buy date, so it's still good.
It's just degraded, not expired.
Yeah. Now we're gonna pour that frosting all over the cake. You may or may not want a spatula to spread it all out. Okay, I'm gonna spread it over the cake because I kind of want it to go down the sides. And then you're gonna let this cake sit for about, well, till it cools, really. So I would wait at least 20 minutes and then cut into it. This crusty icing is my favorite part because it gets a little crispy on top, but it soaks down in the cake. It's so good. I'm gonna bring Chuck in and give him a bite.
So I was just gonna see.
The entire cake.
Yeah, he's right there at the door again still. Oh. was a
Okay,
puppy.
buddy. You want some cake? Come on. I know you want a bite.
Quietly.